Ahava blessings. Welcome to this episode of Embodying the Shekhinah. This podcast is here to support us and offer us guidance, encouragement, inspiration during these times of accelerating energy in order for us to remember, integrate, and embody our soul essence. I'm your host. My name is Aurea. I am an ordained Magdalene priestess, a Reiki master, energy and sound alchemist. And since we are in the midst of eclipse season, Virgo season, we are in the lunar cycle of Elul. And if you didn't catch the energetic update episode, please, I encourage you to do so after. This is perhaps a deeper dive into the energies of this portal of Elul, of Virgo. However, this can apply and actually does apply to every facet of our lives. We are going to be talking about consecrating our humanity. And today is Shabbat, and Shabbat it's a ritual, it's a remembering, it's something that goes, a ceremony that goes beyond dogma, beyond religion, beyond the connotation we have of it. Shabbat actually means womb, it means moon, and today being Friday, it is the day of Venus, the day of the goddess, the day of the Shekhinah, the Holy Spirit. I always launch these episodes on Friday unless some unforeseen reason. But the reason why I aim to launch these episodes on Friday is to give us an opportunity to come back into union, into oneness with your soul, with the divine. Every single one of us is a unique spark, flame of the divine. Each of us expressing divine consciousness, source, God, goddess, Allah, whatever you call it, in our own unique way, in order to continue this co-creative dance that is life, that is creation. And so today, it being Shabbat, I think it's a beautiful opportunity for us to go into what it means to consecrate our lives, to live in such a way that we are mindful, aware, and conscious of every choice, every word, every action we are undertaking. As every word is a spell, every frequency you choose to embody and bring into your field, you end up co-creating with. And most of us have gone through many years of our lives unaware of this because society, dogma, religion, whatever, doesn't matter. We're not here to judge. However, there are programs that seek to separate us from our infinite selves, from our union with the divine. And on Fridays, on Shabbat, we have the opportunity to come back into wholeness, to remember that we are whole, we are complete, we are sovereign, within our entire experience, as messy as our humanity is. We are the divine masquerading as ourselves in this moment. And that is the beauty of today. Today we can come back to our heart, come back to remembering the soul, remembering that the soul is never separate from the divine. And therefore, when we take the time to breathe, to come back into your heart, to come back into that awareness that you are more than this physical experience. This physical experience we have chosen in order to expand creation, in order to live certain experiences and lessons, and in order to make certain soul corrections, be it because of our lineage, because of our background, because of our family, because of our socioeconomic whatever, because of the nationality, or even the culture that we chose to be born into. And how do we consecrate our lives? How do we come back into remembrance that we are infinite? We take a moment to stop, even if it's once a week, even if it's for a minute every day. We begin to become mindful of what we're doing. If we are washing the dishes for our family, in a sense, that is an act of service. If we are cooking our meal, be aware of what energy you're bringing into that food, because everything you touch becomes infused with your energy. So if you are angry, if you are in the midst of an argument, or you're frazzled because it's been an overwhelming day, and right now the energies are very heightened, so there's a lot of overwhelming energy. And it's easy, it's very, very easy to just get caught up in, oh no, the kids have this whole schedule and we have to go and we have to leave them off, drop them off at 5 a.m, pick them up at 9. It's very easy to get caught up in the mundane, in the day-to-day tasks that you have to do, and just do them mindlessly. Just do them because you have to get them done. Or else, you have to get that project done, or else you're going to get fired. Or you have to get that project done because if not, you're going to make your boss look bad. Doesn't matter. This is the act of consecrating our experience is something that we can all bring into any facet of our lives. Because as much as society wants to teach us that we are separate, that there is work you, there is spiritual you, there is mom you, there is daughter you, there is friend you, there is wife you, there is husband you. No, all of those parts of our being are not separate. We've been taught to compartmentalize. However, that compartmentalization actually adds to the separation and the anxiety that we can feel, because we kind of think that we have to just start putting on different hats. However, when we remember, when we take the time and remember and breathe into the heart and remember that you are God, Goddess, you are a spark of the divine expressing in human form, in service, in love to the divine. You are in this sacred union with the divine presence in every moment. Then in every moment, we are able to bring sacredness into our actions, to bring that aura of beauty, of grace, of love, because we remember that Virgo season is the season of the covenants, of remembering the agreements that we made. The first covenant we made is that we are love. We are. The covenant we have with the Divine Mother is that we are love, is that we are light, is that we are human. We choose to forget only so we can come back into remembrance of our original primordial selves, that we are infinite source, God, Goddess, expressing in human form. And this is the beauty of Shabbat, of taking the time to light 2 candles, to ask divine presence to flow through you, and to allow you to remember that you are not just light or not just the vessel, but you are the vessel and the light. You are the light, the spark of creation, and the sacred container for it to express in this world, in this physical world. We are here to express the divine, creation, beauty, grace, love, through our actions, through our words. Every word is a gift, or can be a gift, if we choose to make it so. If we choose to speak from the heart, if we choose to speak from unity, then our words have a far more lasting impact. than if we choose to speak from anger. Now, granted, words spoken out of anger can have deeply wounding effects, but not more so than words spoken from love. Words spoken from the heart, from love, from union with the divine, can awaken something within people that they didn't know existed. And this is the thing that we are here to do. We are here to remember that we're not just light, we're not just vessel, we're not just human, having a physical experience, and our actions don't matter, they do. We are in a constant co-creative dance with the divine, with celestial heavenly frequencies. Everything that exists in the physical realm exists in the ethers. And everything that we create consciously here on earth amplifies in the heavenly realms. There is no separation. We think that we end at the edge, at our skin. We don't. Today we're able to remember the miracle that is our life. Every morning I say a prayer thanking the divine for giving me the breath. As soon as I wake up, it's in my head playing because the divine has chosen to give me another day through the sacred breath, which means that the divine has faith in what I am here to deliver. And every single one of us who wakes up in the morning with the breath of life coursing through us, with the breath of Shekhinah, because Hey, the Aramaic Hebrew frequency, Hey, is it's the breath of the divine. It's the Shekhinah that is in its infinite breath of life, as opposed to the Shin, which is the other Aramaic Hebrew frequency that corresponds to Shekhinah, and it's the fire of Shekhinah, the active presence. So every morning we are given the breath of life. And every morning, if we can awaken, and even if you just train it to be in your mind, thank you, divine presence, for giving me the breath, for giving me another day. That action of just being grateful opens up a myriad of opportunities and possibilities. And Virgo season is about purification because we're going into a new lunar new year. And in the new lunar new year, as we prepare for it, we allow ourselves to let go of what doesn't serve us, to let go of old patterns, of old programs, of what has been holding us back, become aware of it, and consciously choose in gratitude, in love, to turn a new leaf, to decide to be different. Your words have a profound impact. They create worlds. Your thoughts, your actions, everything is a frequency and it emits an energy. So if we are complaining, if we are constantly angry or emotionally erratic, we are bringing more of those erratic energies, the chaos, into our lives. And it takes time, it takes compassion. Virgo gets a bad rap for being very critical, but the reason for Virgo's fixation on perfection and on doing things a certain way is compassion. That is the underpinning of how we must, or how we should, how it would benefit us to treat ourselves with compassion. Because we go through so much, we've lived so much of our lives, in many cases disconnected from ourselves, disconnected from soul, from the divine, disconnected from one another, disconnected from the and always looking outside for the answer or the problem. It's never within. Everything is, well, that person has a better car, that person makes more money, that person looks like this, she looks better than me, he looks, fitter than me. We're taught to look outside. However, the answer, the wisdom, the internal union, when that happens within you, you know that the answers are within you. Everything exists within you. So Shabbat is the union of the divine presence soul, Shekhinah, and the divine Allah, Maryam, Mary Magdalene, and Yeshua. It is the union of our human self with our higher self. It is the union of the earthly with the heavenly. And if they are in union on this day, and actually if we can, even if you're listening to this on any other day, if you can bring yourself into union and into remembrance of your infinite selves and tap into that essence and allow it to flow through you, asking divine presence to infuse your being with light, with love, with hope, with harmony, then everything that we create from that moment where we set that intention, because living a consecrated life, consecrating our humanity, has to do with becoming aware, becoming conscious of our patterns, our actions, our words, not from the lens of judging or shaming or guilting or chastising ourselves for not having known better. No. But from the lens of, I can do this in union with the divine. Today we enter what is called the bridal chamber in mysticism. The bridal chamber has nothing, and if you want to read the Gospel of Philip, I highly recommend that Gospel. It's one of the Gnostic Gospels. And it's all about divine union, but there's a distortion that's happening in the world, or has happened in the world, where we think that divine union has to do with sexuality, and we think it has to do with a partner. It doesn't. The primary union that we seek is union with the divine, is union with our soul. When we can unite with our soul, with the divine, that is the first relationship. That is the first marriage, in the sense. We know that we are in union with divine presence. That divine presence is, Shekhinah is animating our bodies. And from that perspective, we can sanctify any union and create harmony in any relationship. Because we know whether that other person on the other end is listening or not listening. Maybe they're completely blinded and completely oblivious to spirituality. But your heart, you speaking from your heart, will have an impact. Your actions, because your actions and your words and your presence hold a vibratory frequency. They hold an energy field. So people that come into contact with you, your energy field activates things within theirs. It activates remembrance. It activates dormant memories. It can even activate past lifetimes. And this can be good, quote unquote good, or it can trigger us into a healing. And if an interaction does bring us into this dark night of the soul or into this deep pain, having faith and trust allows us to know that we are encountering that circumstance in order to heal, in order to elevate our frequency, in order to elevate our soul, in order to embody more of our soul. That is how we elevate our frequency. We elevate our frequency through bringing in more of the divine spark, more of that soul that exists in the ethers, that is a part of us, but is only partially embodied. And we can fully embody or embody more of that light through practices, through breath work, through consciousness, through sound activations, through a variety of ways. And all of those ways should lead you back into feeling empowered and sovereign, knowing that you have the ability, just with your own consciousness, to come back into union and come back to the heart and come back into union with the divine, with your soul. Everything else is a tool. Sound healing, it's a tool. Yes, it can and will awaken things in you. Energy healing, a tool. None of these things should be a replacement or a band-aid for you doing your own spiritual work, however that looks. It may be you just want to meditate for 5 minutes in the morning. It may be you want to take a course. It may be you want to do breath work and movement meditation. However it expresses, it has to feel good to your soul. The moment we become stuck and fixated on this is the one path, it has to be chanting this one particular mantra. The moment we think that the answer is one specific thing, we are automatically coming back into separation, into duality, because we're not understanding that ourselves, including all of our soul fragments, we are infinite. That means that at any point in time, different things will call to you. And it's not one size fits all. Anything that makes you think that, well, I have to basically do this practice and this is how I'm going to attain enlightenment, or I have to go proselytize, I have to go tell people about, Buddhism or whatever it is. No. The moment you think you have to do anything, that moment you are back, plugging yourself back into the matrix of duality. You have to. The only one thing you have to do is come back into union with your heart. Open your heart to receive your unique divine flame of creation. That's it. However you connect, it can be going out in nature. It can be a conscious walk, just admiring the beauty, connecting with the land beneath your feet, connecting with the trees, breathing consciously, becoming more and more aware of the words that we speak and the impact they have. Maybe it's setting clearer boundaries. Maybe it's being kind to yourself and not judging. Wherever you begin, that's exactly where you need to be. There is no one size fits all. There is no right or wrong. This is my personal feeling. I really dislike teachings. Number one, I dislike teachings that are shallow. It's something in my coding. I dislike the shallow. If it's shallow, if it lacks depth, if it's just one-sided, I just have a hard time resonating with it. The other thing I have a hard time resonating with, I have a hard time resonating with fear-based programs. Oh, you can't follow this because, they took out this energy center from you. Or, you've been implanted with, these seals that keep you from ascending. Any fear-based pattern belief system, I just don't resonate with. I call bullshit on all of that. Because creation is infinite, and creation wouldn't implant you with things that are going to be misleading or toxic for you. Because that automatically, that the thought that something has taken away a Sefirot, an energy center, or has implanted you with stuff, the moment you think that, you're already playing into that fear narrative that controls, manipulates, obfuscates, and just keeps you down. The moment you do that, that's what you're plugging into. Because there's nothing liberating. And then, of course, that person is going to take that implant out of you. Nice. I'm glad that you're the only one that can do that. Lovely. The moment that you plug into that matrix of thinking that, oh, I have this implant, or I have this whatever, you take the power out of your hands. However, when you come back and you remember, we are one with the divine. We are willing co-creators of our reality. We chose our experience in order to learn, to grow, to expand, in order to correct whatever karmic lineage we may have. But, we chose that lineage. We chose the parents. We chose the culture. We chose the nation we were born into. We chose the language. When we can reframe ourselves, our perspective, from one of, oh, this was done to me, to, no, this was chosen. I may not remember why the hell I chose this difficult path. Heavens, what the hell was I thinking? Can I go back and redo my contract? The moment we remember, this is an agreement. This is a contract I entered into willingly at that time. We liberate ourselves, because if we entered into it, we knew we had the tools, the awareness, we had everything within us to live out that experience and make it a beautiful experience. Make it harmonious, make it love, make it joy. We knew that we got this. We knew that the divine is guiding us and helping us and always there to support us. We knew that. And if we had that kind of faith in ourselves, if we went through life with that level of faith in yourself, that level of confidence that this shit's a bit rough. Not quite sure why I chose this, but I got this because I have all of this spiritual backing, all of these lifetimes where I've lived this in a different form, but I've lived this. I know how to do this. When we remember that, then it doesn't feel so difficult. It doesn't feel so daunting. It's not that hard. Even though it is, we know that we are protected. We know that there's a correction that has to happen. There's something deeper within us that has to awaken so we can fully embody our sovereignty, our infinite selves. But we know we are protected. We know we are guided. We know we have faith in the divine, and the divine has faith in us. And I shared this in my newsletter that I sent out yesterday. There's an Aramaic word, Haymanuta. Haymanuta translates as faith, but it's deeper than just faith. It's I have faith in the divine, and in that act of me having faith, the divine has faith in me. And it's this symbiotic relationship, this knowing that with faith, we can increase our confidence, increase our effectiveness, increase our ability to receive that spark of the divine, to know we are infinite, and to come back into that union with that infinite part of you that is one with the divine. And this is what we do every day, and this is what we do on Shabbat. We remember that this is our true essence, that we are light, we are a spark of creation, and we are the vessel. And from there, everything that we create it's a co-creative experience, and we create with light and we create with love, and it is consciousness that brings us into this union, into this expansion, into this remembrance, into this oneness with divine source, God, Goddess. So the rest of this Virgo season, I encourage you to find ways to come back into union with yourselves, to remember your infinite nature, remember your oneness with the divine, and to take the little things in your life, the mundane, because Virgo rules our daily habits. Take the day-to-day stuff that you just cannot stand doing and make it sacred. Make it sacred. Make it mean something. Make it beautiful. If it's fixing a meal, if it's washing the dishes, be grateful that you have food. If it's pulling out weeds, be grateful for those weeds. It means that life is growing. And then tell them, hey, I need your roots because you can't be here. This is my garden. You're not here. Somewhere else, not here. Plants have consciousness too. Everything has a consciousness. Make everything sacred. You will see how much more joy you experience in life when you can see the sacredness in the most mundane. And that allows you to come into deeper union and gnosis with your soul, with the divine. I do invite you to listen to the sound activation for this week. If you have not listened to the energies of the Virgo new moon and this Elul cycle, I encourage you to listen to that. And there's a sound activation that's good for this entire cycle or whenever you want to connect with these energies of Virgo. And if you enjoy this, of course, give this a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Aurea, at Embodying the Shekhinah, or on YouTube. All of that is linked below. There are some new exciting things coming up that I will be announcing soon, as well as a new website that will be launched on the 22nd. So I'm super, super excited. I have a beautiful lady that Eos, that is an absolute angel, who's been helping me with it and really supporting me. And I'm so grateful for just her structure, her eye for beauty, she's just amazing. If you guys have seen my current website, I encourage you to just stay tuned for the new one because it's going to be fabulous. And if you are in the Atlanta area, on the 5th of September, Friday evening, we're going to be doing an in-person sound activation for the full moon eclipse in Pisces. Do encourage you to join me. That will be linked below. And have a blessed Shabbat, a blessed day of the goddess, day of Venus. And I will see you in the next episodes. Have a blessed, blessed day. Ahava.